Oh, hey guys. What's up? It's me, Doc. We're playing some Minecraft. I'm here with Methods. Hey man.
Hey man.
And today, Rich Methods, his new name, his little methods now, Bling Bling Methods. Yeah, we worked together on this little scammy shop design you saw on the Hermitcraft server. And I thought, yeah, let's do a little tutorial about the design and how it works and so on. And yeah, the design is pretty much a scam shop. It's meant for servers, that have a friendly economy system where people don't really cheat. And it's also meant to be made early on, if you don't have too many materials. The idea is we set a fixed price in the shop, and as you can see, it's also relatively compact here and easy to make. And yeah, only if you match or overbid this price, you will actually be able to make a purchase. So, you tell people the minimum price, which is quite off of your real price, and then people will start to guess the real price and inch their way up. And every time they underpay, you will keep the money too. Only if they match or, overpay, then they will get something. So the minimum for this setup here is a stack and 60 items. So for example, customer walks up, right, and says, okay, cool item, I want it, throws in 32 diamonds. They press the button then and wait for a second, check the box, nothing in there, they didn't get anything. Crap. Okay, didn't pay enough. So they would maybe try 64 next. Try to inch their way up there. They gamble again. Machine is processing. Crap. Got scammed. So already we made 1.5 stacks of diamonds. Alright, now they go like, oh, okay, I don't want to risk more. This is my last diamonds. I'm gonna bet these 2 stacks. Hopefully that's enough. Oh, yes, satisfaction. And people will be totally happy. You hear a nice pinging, ping, and the machine spits out a chorus fruit or whatever you want to sell. And that's the thing, people will, even if they got scammed out of their whole diamonds, when they finally succeed, they will be happy and leave your shop as a happy customer. Of course, this is all a bit in a role-playing scenario, but a fun little project you could do on servers with your friends. And yeah, let's talk about the very principles a little bit, shall we, Methods? I mean, yeah, we built a little setup here with comparators and lamps just to demonstrate. And obviously we're comparing inventories, right, in one of these setups. So there's different stages where lights go on and off. Here, for example, for chests, if you put in exactly 64 and 59, that is our threshold we have over at the first setup, and then one more item goes in there, the lamps will move on. And we have different resolutions. For example, here a dropper has a minimum of 41 items, and here a hopper you can operate with 23 and upwards, so 22 is the minimum resolution. So the minimum price with a hopper would be 23, whatever your currency is. So now, of course, you can need to compare, right? So here's a very simple example we used over there with a basic price and a chest, which is, by the way, the same inventory as a shulker box, which is really useful. So we have 64 and 59, right? And yeah, if we put in 60, we will actually get an output here, a signal. If the customer underpays, we don't get a signal. Only, still underpaying, 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 and yeah, now 60, okay, they matched it. And of course, there's different of these relations here with droppers, for example, 41 first stage, then 64 and 18, and so on. And also different here, of course, for the hoppers. So there is a nice website, there is a link in the video description you can go to, and there's all the info about different items, strengths, in different containers. So yeah, check that out if you want to know more numbers, if you want to experiment a bit. And yeah, let's look at some of the variations of the machine we have. So this is the very basic machine. It has 2 sound indicators. It has one that signals, okay, the machine is ready to gamble again, and a second one that signifies, okay, you won. Then we have another prototype here. It's even cheaper. I mean, here we need a sticky piston But yeah, you can also build a version without that. Just use a sand block here or any gravity block, and then you can see there is no sticky piston there. And in this version, for example, we also hooked up a little check lamp. So as soon as the inventory up here is empty, this lamp would go off, and you know, your customers would know, okay, right now the shop is sold out, come back later. And yeah, here for example, again, minimum price of 42 items, whatever you define that to be. And yeah, then you can make a successful purchase one more time. And you can see with the sand that works out really well too. Over here we have a little bit more of a more expensive and slightly more advanced version, but this is actually a really nice version, stays in the same footprint. Changed is that the chest, this is the chest, by the way, I should show you that maybe to understand. So here in this chest we define our preset price, right? So this is a minimum of 64 and 59. So the customer up front here in the compare chest pretty much would have to pay 64 and 60. So over here we have this cool little setup. We just move the fixed price chest to the back. It goes, it's the same thing. Here is where we compare. This comparator is in compare mode. And yeah, what we do is we have a comparator up here on top of the machine, and then observer pointing downwards, and yeah, would power this redstone line here in case yeah, we have a status change up here. So maybe methods you can quickly empty the dropper on top. So boom, that causes a quick pulse to happen, and that would permanently lock the shop like this. You know, now trapdoors or whatever you have there is in front of it, and yeah, you would have to, you know, restock. So you just go in, refill, it would reset, and we're good. So this is also an option you could do. And yeah, of course, you know, if you have that in a bigger shopping setup, as long as you can pull signals out, you can hook up all kinds of other things. So up here, this is the win condition, you know, node block. So pretty much from here, from this block, you can pull out signals for your win condition. If you want to have other things, I don't know, maybe a light flashing, you know, in your room, or trigger fireworks, you can do everything. And down here where this node block sits, this is pretty much where you get the power for, you know, machine is ready again. When a cycle is done, that happens pretty much when this block here retracts down again. You know, we can quickly check it out. So you heard the sound. There was two dings. The first one was winning, and the second one was machine is ready again. Obviously you can tune them differently. We failed to do so, so they were really similar this time. But yeah,
And we cloned them over. The original was tuned perfectly.
yeah, okay, so
So
the
blame Minecraft 1.13. It should have been added. It's
yeah,
not our fault.
yeah, so don't blame us. So yeah, we're gonna start building now. We're gonna do a quick tutorial. We're gonna start here with the very basic design, and we're also gonna show you this one here. And of course, yeah, maybe before we forget, it also works with shulker boxes, of course, and that makes this look very smooth, right? And the good thing is, I mean, for shulker boxes, you can even use chests here, so you don't need to use two shulker boxes, just one. The inventories of them kind of work fine because they are the same, right? And shulker box looks really cool. Okay, so let's get into the quick tutorial. It's a quick and cheap build. Okay, whenever you build something in Minecraft, of course you ask yourself, where is the input? Where do I interact with this thing? Well, in this case, this is your input. This is the chest where you put stuff in, you know, where you put in your bid. So pretty much the chest, shulker box, dropper, hopper, whatever you decide to put here in front. From that you just add this little setup, and yeah, here is the material list of things you need to build one of those very basic setups. You only need 2 stairs. So everything you see up there, right, so it's really cheap, and yeah, a few building blocks and a few half slabs, or maybe 1 or 2 half slabs. That's all you need. And yeah, then you do this. You have half slab, comparator, then a full block, then a comparator here, and this comparator, very important, activate it once so it's actually in compare mode. You have a redstone dot here, and you have a redstone dot on top. And that's pretty much it. So the comparators here have two functions. The comparator that sits here is there to check if there is any contents in the chest, and you can lace a signal through with a comparator chain like that. So as soon as there is something in this chest, you can see the comparator here lights up, but mainly this redstone dot lights up down there, and that means the machine is able to detect if somebody has put something in the chest. Because the machine has a feature here, we didn't show that in the beginning, but if nothing is in the chest and people would just come here and spam the button, the machine would not react. And therefore we need to detect if a customer is here and put something in. And of course here, this comparator is our comparison comparator, so to speak. So I would say let's go ahead and let's simply install the next components. Well, next up we need to build in the locking mechanism. Now we are smart and know there's something in the chest, so we simply put a repeater down here in this gap, and we put a torch at the end of our blockchain here, and pretty much that is just, somebody threw something in, and we lace the signal through from this comparator via that block repeater into this torch, and with that we then can unlock the machine. On top of that we need to install the comparison system, and to that we come to the other side, put a chest and a comparator down and connect it with a dot of redstone. And that pretty much has the machine working for you already. Now you could go ahead and have a predefined amount of blocks in there. The basic stage, as we told you before, for a chest is 64 and 59. So as soon now as somebody puts something in the chest, this torch goes off, and as soon as somebody underbids, nothing much will happen. But if somebody overbids our minimum price, we will see this comparator outputting a signal, this redstone dot is flashing, and that's actually the win condition. And that leads us already to the next part of the tutorial. Just put a repeater up in here and a dropper up in front, and this is the dropper the items you want to sell go into, so redstone lamps or whatever. And now whenever the win condition is matched, that means this is done, this signal will travel up. You can see that. Maybe if you throw a stack in real quick methods, and people can see that. Now we went over the price and we win. So now we just need to make sure we install the gambling mechanism and the mechanism that actually, draws out the items people throw into the bidding box. To make sure the user can always interact with the machine, that means, he can change their mind how much they want to throw in. 64, is that right? Maybe more, maybe less, I don't know. We want to make sure we have a button to activate, a confirm button, when the user is happy with their input. So let's install that real quick. That is really simple. So just to the side we put a button and a block, and behind that a piston. It's a normal piston, and block and redstone block, which is maybe one of the more expensive components, but man, come on, you can find redstone anywhere. Last but not least, we put a piston on the backside, and that is actually our locking mechanism, for the machine. Now nothing can happen, right? Only if people are ready to gamble, you will see the piston retract. And that is the trick we used here with the comparator lacing the signal through via the repeater down below. And now, the machine would be ready to take inputs. And whenever this is empty again, the machine resets itself. So the final part for the machine is now the stair that comes up and kind of blocks vision and blocks access to the main chest. And of course, the hopper minecart construction that makes you all the profits. To suck out items of a chest quickly, we want to utilize a hopper minecart. That is just faster than a normal hopper. That just makes it so the machine is better to use, quicker reset times. So let's install that. Simply below your chest have a hopper with a hopper minecart and an activator rail. That is important. Activator rail pointing into a chest or wherever you lead your riches to, can go to a massive storage array. And now of course the machine would be in a state whenever somebody throws something in, it immediately gets sucked out. That means we need to lock this hopper minecart, and therefore we have this little construction with the piston on the side. So simply add another block that sits right next to the minecart, and then build out forward a bit, 3 blocks, and then you just need dust, repeater, and another dust, and connect that facing this way. No delay here needed. And what happens now, you can see the machine is primed and ready. We read there is an input. That just happened because method power the place, but we read there is an input. This stays retracted, and now the hopper minecart is actually locked. You can see that it's not sucking the chest empty, and that's exactly what we want. And only when we confirm a method, maybe you can press the confirm button, we can see we push this redstone block over, unpower this line, and therefore the hopper minecart now quickly sucks out all the items. So this is how that works. And last but not least, and you would not even necessarily need that, but yeah, we're gonna install the piston shut off mechanism in front, and yeah, then give it a test run. Come down below the construction here, and yeah, hook up a little redstone torch right in this gap where you have your chest, right next to the hopper. This one we'll use to put the piston up and down. We needed to invert the signal, right? So we come over here, and yeah, the piston needs to block the side to the chest. So we simply put a normal piston and a gravity block on top of it. If you want, it can be gravel even. And yeah, with that said, 2 more dust of redstone, and now we are ready. Yeah, now pretty much any time the machine is not locked, the chest will be locked. So what does that mean? If I throw something in here, okay, now the machine is primed and ready to go. And method, maybe you can press the button real quick. That means the powered line goes off, torch goes on, this goes on, and the piston goes up and locks the line of sight. And that's already the full construction. So here is pretty much where you would have your floor, right, and would walk up to the machine, and then you can frame it in however you want. There's one important detail though, right here where if you want to hide your dropper, you can also leave it open, of course. You would want to have a chest facing upwards like that to make sure the items actually come out. So let's quickly toss something in. Hey, we want to win a lamp. Test the machine. We pay at least 2 stacks. We get locked, we get the output, and after this is empty, we get a reset. Nice. So yeah, that's the very basic setup of the basic machine. Small footprint, really cheap to make. And yeah, now we pretty much could show you some of the evolutions. It's really easy to make this setup that actually has a shutdown. I'm quickly just gonna come over here and grab me a comparator. So to do that, an observer, I'm sorry, you need to move the chest, your input chest. So you just go ahead and pretty much move 1 block, take this guy, place it here, and you take the chest and put it there. And then you can remove this all, and yeah, you set another fixed price. So what was it, 59? Like that. So you just reroute it pretty much. Yeah, and to make it really easy, you go ahead, put a block right there, observer facing downwards, so you need to place it like this, and on top you put a comparator like that. So now whenever the signal changes here, the piston will fly up. And of course, to make this work, you need to invest a little bit more, but if you can you know, afford observers, you can afford sticky pistons as well, because only with the sticky piston and a non, you know, gravity affected block, you would be able to, yeah, get the effect we want here. If this thing triggers, the machine gets locked like that. Alright, and then if you come in and refill, you get another update and the block comes down again. So that's that. As I said, this is not tamper proof for, you know, public servers or anything like that. This of course relies on an honor system and a friendly server, but it's a cool machine, and you know, with some trickery and the output somewhere else, you can also make this public server proof. You can really make it so it's literally this chest and the dispenser is on top also, and then nobody could mess with it, Because right now when the block is extended, of course, you can kind of grab through here, right? But if you want to, you could completely prevent that. The mechanics behind it, with the comparison and all, and your outputs stay the same. To fully finalize the design, of course, note blocks, right? These are the two tones you want to output. So one goes down here, tune it to your liking. This is the one that signifies, hey, the machine is ready to take more of your money. And the winning condition one goes up there. And yeah, makes a nice sound if you successfully make a purchase. And I would say that wraps up this tutorial for the Scammy vending machine. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Methods, for helping me out. Check out the link in the video description to Methods' channel. He has a collection of very, very interesting Minecraft videos. Yeah, he only releases the weird stuff, man. Go check it out. It's really cool. Fun stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching, my friends. See you next time. I'm out. Bye.
Bye bye.